नमस्ते बच्चों, खुश रहे आप लोग। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर शिल्पा श्री शर्मा, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ऑफ ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी, and I am from Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics. So today I will teach about a process of examination or investigative procedure of cardiothoracic condition. That is, first and foremost of the investigation is auscultation. So auscultation. So what is in your mind when you first heard about the term auscultation? I think all of we understand the sound of our organ of body, any organ of body, right? So right, this is the main definition of auscultation. It is generally the term that refers to the process of listening to the sound within the body, any organ. It is not that like that auscultation means only the sound of heart or lung, right? You can hear the sound of abdominal also, abdominal organ also, okay? So especially to the breath sound or heart sound, okay? So you have already, I think you have all of you know about the stethoscope, right? So stethoscope had various parts. You already maybe know that, like earpiece, binaural, okay, chest piece, then diaphragm, then bell, okay. So these are the parts of our stethoscope. So before auscultation, you have to know about some skills. Okay, skills in auscultation depend on some factors. So you have to know about that. First one, a functional stethoscope. You have to know. You must know that how to get on and off of the stethoscope, right? So how to on it and how to off it. Okay. So a functional stethoscope. Then proper technique. It is not a formal or a proper technique to put the stethoscope anywhere of the chest. Okay, there are some points or there are some surface marking where you will put the stethoscope to understand various lobe sound or understand the heart sound. Okay. So proper technique is necessary. Then knowledge of the different category of lung sound is very much necessary. First one, normal sound, abnormal sound, adventitious sound, okay, voice sound, breath sound. You must be very familiar with this sounds, okay. Next, knowledge of the different category of heart sound. Okay, heart sound and heart murmur. You have to know about the heart sound, normal and abnormal heart sound also. So we have already discussed about normal and abnormal sounds of lung and heart. So we will further process against the topic. So optimal environment is very necessary. To optimize the effectiveness of auscultation, the surrounding should be quiet. Quiet because so that you are not misguided with the any foreign sound or any adventitious sound that are not present in the lung or heart. Okay. So optimize the effectiveness of auscultation. Surrounding should be quiet. The ambient noise might interfere the heart and lung sound. So you have to be in a quiet surrounding or quiet environment. Then warm, so that the patient feels comfortable while the upper part of the body is being exposed. Okay. Also, it is avoid to shivering that may add the noise. Okay, if the patient is shiver like that, okay, what happened? The sound of the cloth or anything that rub against the stethoscope will hamper to get the proper sound of heart and lung, right? Then appropriate light. To allow good coordination between visual and auscultatory findings, you have to be in optimal light, under optimal light. Okay. Then we have to understand about the auscultatory points of lungs, right? So auscultation from side to side is important. Why? Because you have to compare between sound lung or sound side to the effective side. Okay, sound side means good side. Okay, suppose if you are suspecting the patient have maybe there is secretion in the upper lobe of the lung of right side. Okay, so you have to compare it with the left, that is there also secretion in the left side of the apex of the lung. So you can compare with both sides, right? So that you can prescribe it as well, the your treatment as well. Okay, so you have to do it from side to side. Okay, so auscultate from side to side and top to bottom. Side to side, then means top to bottom, not from bottom to top. Always side to side and top to bottom. Okay. So usually the apex of the lung bilaterally 2 cm superior to the medial 1/3 of the clavicle. Like there is our clavicle, medial 1/3 of the clavicle is lungs apex. So you have to put your stethoscope, bell of the stethoscope or diaphragm of the stethoscope over the clavicle, 2 cm over the clavicle on medial 1/3, right? So here is your apex. So you have to put it here, okay, for apex. Then superior lobes anteriorly, okay, and for apex on the posterior side it is over the scapula, 2 cm of the scapula. Okay, then for superior lobe or upper lobe anteriorly, second intercostal space and mid clavicular line, this clavicle and mid clavicular line. So it is over for upper lobe, second intercostal space, mid clavicular line. Always remember that. And for posteriorly, it is between C7 to T3. We all know which was this C7 or cervical 7, the most prominent vertebra over the cervical when we flex the neck is C7. Okay, so thereby counting is going on through C7, T1, T2, T3, T4, T6, T7. So like that you can count, right? So between C7 to T3 it is upper lobe. Okay, then inferior lobe bilaterally, anteriorly sick. Inferior lobe, okay, I am telling about inferior, the lowermost lobe. Okay, it is between a 6th intercostal space, okay, mid axillary line. Axillary line is that. Okay, so mid axillary line. Then come the posteriorly, it is between T3 to T10. Okay, and middle lobe is right anteriorly only, 4th intercostal space, mid clavicular line. Okay, this is about the surface marking of for the lung sound. Okay, now compare one side to the other and look for the asymmetry and note the location and quality of sound. If there is less sound, that means maybe there is the air that goes through the airway in that part is less, or there is less sound of air. Okay, that means the lobe does not get the proper oxygen or proper gas in that lobe. Okay, that means. So next is auscultation of the heart. Okay, there are 4 areas defined as following. First one aortic, second one pulmonic, third one tricuspid, fourth one mitral. Okay, so the aortic sound is in second intercostal space at right sternal border. This is sternum. Okay, right side of the sternum. So second intercostal space, right sternal border is for aortic. Okay, aortic sound. You know about the sound of heart, aortic sound, pulmonic sound, tricuspid and mitral. Okay, so it is second intercostal space at right sternum border. Then pulmonic sound is second intercostal space, left sternal border. Okay, this is pulmonic sound. Then tricuspid sound is in 4th intercostal space. You have to count it like that. Okay, 4th intercostal space, left sternal border, and the mitral sound is cardiac apex, 5th intercostal space, mid clavicular line. Okay, these are the sounds of heart. You have to know how to count the ribs. Okay, in through palpitation. Okay, so by that you can count, like suppose. And by meaning of intercostal space, it means, suppose I am telling about second intercostal space, right? So it means the space between second and third rate. Always remember that. Okay, so this is all about auscultation or sounds of lung and heart. So what we have learned today about auscultatory points. First of all, you have learned that what is auscultation. It is not only means by sounds of heart and lung, it is always means the sound of any organ of the body. Okay, so this is auscultation. And then we have learned about the various parts of auscultation for lung and heart sound, and what are the principal factors that can affect the auscultatory sound. Okay, and what are the optimal environment for good auscultation, right? So this is all about today's class. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. थैंक यू बच्चों, खुश रहिए आप लोग।